ideas for your further outcome of the association and so on. So I'm very pleased to be here and see that the European Union is working on all levels and on all, may I say, topics. Thank you very much for having me invited. Dear Mr. President, dear, I do not really know the function here, so please, I'm sorry about that. Dear Mr. Lieber, Mrs. Sens, and I only got the name Mr. Piotr. Thank you very much, and to the whole and entire board for having me invited and giving me the opportunity to discuss with you about for you very, very interesting topics of lay judges in European Union. Only in a nutshell, my CV, I am an ordinary professor in Germany at the Federal University. We do have only 2 federal universities in Germany. The Federal of the more or less Bundeswehr, of the Defense University, where all the officers and so on study, and all the other ministries, the young persons getting in future civil servants in Germany on a federal level. In the higher levels, I have to study at our university. This university is located in the vicinity of Cologne, a little town called Brühl, so interesting. So in the vicinity of Cologne. So it's far away from my hometown, Monaco di Bavarese in Munich. But it is doable for me, and I have been working at this university for now almost 20 years. And my main focus is European Union law, administration law, and in European Union law, in particular the old former 3rd pillar. I think you all know this construction means police cooperation and just judicial cooperation in European Union. I hold 2 doctor degrees, one from Germany and one from Prague, Czech Republic, because I'm able to speak the language. It's my second mother language, and it was very interesting for me, and it was about police law in Czech Republic. And I am, and this is more or less a context to your jobs, I am a former judge in Bavaria. This was more or less a starting point of my career, but only for a short time, and then I changed into the administration, in the Bavarian ministerial administration, and from this point on I studied as a professor because there is more leisure time. The workload is not so high as a judge or as an administration civil servant. I am a civil servant, a federal civil servant. This is common in Germany that professors are civil servants. So I'm more or less very, very obliged to all the rules of civil servants in Germany. I do a lot of research and scientific stuff with federal authorities and ministries and so on. A lot of assessments, analyses, I publish a lot. Of course, this is what a professor has to do. And I'm very much involved, and there's a lot of years involved in European Union twinning projects. Most probably one or the other knows about twinning projects here. Very interesting things, and in particular about police and judicial cooperation. As a last sentence, I'm a guest professor for Prague University in Czech Republic and in Michigan, United States, Flint University, because my husband is actually from Michigan. Yeah, thanks to him. So this was only in a nutshell up to me. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask me if something is interesting for you. Otherwise, I would now like to start with the presentation. Now, let me see, I'm old enough, I need glasses. And otherwise, I cannot really read. We have just opened it. Now, let me see. Okay, I have prepared, let me see if it works. Yeah, I have prepared. Yeah. Only a little PowerPoint presentation. I was a bit shocked to see yesterday in the evening that it has 18 slides. Usually it was not planned or from the very start that I have 18 slides for you. But perhaps we can go through, and if you have any questions, or we collect all the questions and discuss it in the end, because it is more or less what I want to show you with this presentation. I want to illustrate you what are the European Union rules in context of judicial cooperation. Where is a contact point, let's say, like this, that for honorary judges, for lay judges to hook on and to be, and this was more or less my aura, I get well prepared through Mr. Segelmeier and Mr. Leber in the beginning, that you are looking for a platform or a room or a hooking point or whatsoever to get more representation and more, may I say, value and visibility of lay judges in European Union. I have heard and I have learned from your side that there in some countries, member states of European Union, there is a tendency to get rid of lay judges to have a tool or an instrument or whatsoever stemming from the European Union treaties, regulations whatsoever, or from some general policy where you can hook on and say, hey, we are the lay judges and this is important. This job, these assignments are important for democracy in the matter of justice in European Union. Okay, so my PowerPoint presentation is more or less divided into three parts. I want to discuss with you and give you some triggers or nudge you to discuss in this round or further on. The first is what are the European Union competences in terms of justice and judicial cooperation, and do we need lay judges, and when, where are basic principles, let's say like that. The second part will be what is about the European Union courts. So not your national courts, because this is a national thing, but the European Union courts, because you all know that we do have at least the two big courts, let's say like that, and I will show you if how they are composed. And is there a democracy deficit or not? And what can you, for example, as representatives of lay judges, perhaps have as a statement or a standing point of view or whatsoever, and hook in and step in? And the third point will be, it is a very, very broad and basic topic. How can you, as association or associations of lay judges, being a part of civil society, and what platforms and rules and regulations does European Union acquis communautaire provides you to step over the topic civil society part into the European Union big policy. So let's see, what the European Union provides for you. So let's start with the first point, European Union competences as regards justice. Already Benjamin Franklin, you all know him, said in 1755, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. So it was always a struggle and a conflict between having safety for all citizens and for all human beings, and on the other hand having liberty. Because if you want to have safety, enter safety, then you have to reduce liberty. Yeah, because any rule, any regulation, any law in any country reduces and hinders the liberty of somebody. Yeah, for example, only a sign in the traffic. You can go only 80 or whatsoever. It hinders a lot of people, mostly everybody, to go more than 80. So it is a cut in your liberty. And from this starting point, the European Union had always and was always in the conflict. Okay, now we do have a bigger market. We started with 6, I think you all know, 6 member states. It was Germany, France, Italy, and the Benelux, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. And they started in 1950, around about that, 1958, with a cooperation in trade and in market. And they wanted to have an internal market without any customs, without any hindrances. And this market was the point, the heart, the core of the European Union, what we know today. So it was an economic interest. Okay, and everybody said, okay, this is cool, no customs, no tariffs, no borders, ha ha ha, this is cool, this is funny, and we have not to wait on the border when we want to go to Italy or to Austria, whatsoever. But this liberty, of course, was connected with a lack of safety. And you all know that we nowadays, we do have in more or less all alternatives and how to say, all pictures, we do have organized crime, a field of organized crime. You know that we do have a very, very big drug and smuggling and human trafficking problem in European Union, and it is more or less not to control anymore. More or less. The police is always a step behind, but this is the play of criminals and the police. And so this field of judicial, as a consequence out of the crime and all this stuff, then the courts, they are assigned and they are competent then to judge about criminal activities and whatsoever. And then in the first beginning, nobody saw from the 6 member states that there is a need that we have to protect the safety in European community at that time, because it was only an economical market. But then you know that this economical market grew up to a full market, internal market, where all policies, more or less all policies, are communionized, let's say, like saying. So they are harmonized, or trying to get harmonized. And now